So I'm sure people are wondering how I've been making these slabs, because I've been getting questions about stuff online and things that I've been posting, and this is a big day for the groundbreaking of this project, because there happened to be an oak tree right in about the exact place that seemed feasible with the existing landing and driveway to put a house without having to add another 10 grand on for a driveway. But hey, Avery, I watched a YouTube video of a guy using the chainsaw as a sawmill freehand, and I was like, I bet I could do that. So first you start off with a milling chain, has half the teeth, and your saw with a milling chain can have a few extra inches on it because it doesn't take as much work. Looks like this one needs to be tightened slightly. Give her a quick tighten. I've been doing a lot of practice with this stuff because the whole point of it all is that this oak tree is going to be put back in the house as my kitchen table and other parts of my furniture with these slabs. I'm making some live edge on this crotch, and I'm making 6x6s out of these other branches for the base of the table. So I'm just gonna square off, you know, a 3.5-4 foot section for like going across on the floor, and then it'll be sort of timber frame table with long. I'm gonna use hickory for the runners across in the middle. So I'll just show you guys how I get started with this. I cut a lot of corners, but I've learned how to be able to cut a lot of corners. One is make sure to have a tape measure. This one's already been slabbed once. This is the heartwood piece. So I cut the edge off, and then I cut that first slab off, and now this is gonna be the heartwood piece. I've been marking them for just 2 inches and basically cutting on that, so any variance I can plane off to 1.5 inches or 1 inch board if it's that bad. But seemingly I've been doing decently with getting tolerances of 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch sometimes, depending on if it's level or not. So I just make a mark there. This is the really tall side. Make a 2 inch, right on 2 inches. And it looks pretty much straight up and down, but I'm gonna use the water bottle trick to sort of see. This trick works better when it's laying flat and it's not frozen from the night before. But it looks awfully straight up and down. So I'm just gonna start at my mark down here. there. Now I at least have a mark to aim for, and they're both looking pretty good. Can check it with the tape measure. See, so that's right at just shy of 2 inches. That's right at 2 inch, just shy of 2 inches. So that's perfect. So now I just I'm able to aim the saw with this short of length. Like longer boards, I'll score a line with a string, but I'll just show you my line across and then how I get started, and then I'll probably switch the camera to time-lapse or something for making it, and then I'll come back to video to drop it off and show you guys how it looks. Sometimes I check now too. Looks like I got a little thinner in the middle. Yeah, I went into 1.5 inches in the middle. Seems to happen a lot for me for some reason. Maybe it's the way I start out, but 1.5 inches to about 1.5 inches. So just really wider down here. I can just barely take that edge off there and we'll square it right up. So yeah, as you can see, I just started to kind of move along and use that pendulum type technique to keep the centrifugal forces on the motor while it's running will keep the motor level. And if you just plumb it straight down and just use the tip of your saw, you're able to dip straight down into it, and you're making nice small cuts that end up really smooth compared to like a Alaskan sawmill. As you can see here, we got pretty board. Check some tolerances on it. I ran out of gas once. This is the heartwood of this knot, which is really cool. So I got 1.5 inches there. pretty much 1.5 inches all the way across. That's a little thinner, just over 1.25 inches. Sometimes one end gets thinner than the other. If it's not straight up and down, one end will be like this, will be thinner. That's 1.75 inches to 1.5 inches. So yeah, it's pretty much within, it's pretty flat, within 1/4 inch. No bow to it. Let's see if it's set up. Pretty straight. Pretty. So that's how I'm doing it. If any of you guys are interested in you know, more questions or something, feel free to hit me up. Like I said before, this is all going to be going right into the house that I'm building right here. I thought about leaving the oak tree and just leaving it inside the house, which would be cool, but I don't know if my bank would allow me to do that. So next couple days here we'll be flipping script to excavating and pouring concrete. So keep following along. This is the homesteading process. This is Woody and Avery chewing on all the branches, doing very bad doggy things all day, but they love it out here. So I gotta get back to work. One more slab to go on this one, and we got 6x6s to make for the base of the table.